Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror Freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Horror. I am Daniel Stein, joined as always by producer extraordinaire Todd Loya.
Dan's. We still haven't had to replace Dan with Tig Notaro yet, but he's here.
Tig cannot pull off this hat. Like she not yet.
You just wouldn't even exist. We just have your background. Don't worry.
How are you going to CG Tig into all this? It wouldn't make any sense. You're going to put a beard on her? Makes no sense.
Do you understand the genesis of that comment, Dad?
I do, Chris D'Elia. I know exactly what you mean. But Tig could not fully embody the essence of Dan.
Well, she didn't sexually assault anyone in the movie, so I don't think she really embodied the essence of Chris D'Elia. So your argument doesn't work.
Might have been on the cutting room floor, sir. You do not know.
wait. Oh, you know how I know you're wrong? You implied Zack Snyder cut something.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. We might get that 6.5 hour Army of the Dead cut at some point. I mean, what are you going to do? It'll happen. It probably will, honestly. I would not be half shocked if we're going to
if we're getting let's get into the actual the first one, I guess we'll call it for now.
The first one.
They already announced the prequel.
So. Okay.
And an animated series, I believe. Yes.
It created a whole world, and the movie felt that way. But we'll dive in.
But was the world worth visiting? Is the question for now.
Was the world worth visiting?
We shall discuss.
So this is obviously a very big film, so I'm sure people are aware of it. But nonetheless, if you're not, this is from director Zack Snyder, and it is Army of the Dead. Following a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, a group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, venturing into the quarantine zone to pull off the greatest heist ever attempted. So we've all watched this. We have not talked about it. Yeah, we've been busy, so I have no idea what you guys think. And Pugs, I'm curious, because I think it's safe to say maybe the biggest Snyder guy among us, certainly for the superhero stuff.
I think that's a safe bet. I am one of his defenders, for sure.
Did this live up to the hype? Because we've been hearing about this forever.
Before Pugs was in, I read something funny today that says Zack Snyder creates incels because of his movies.
Well, I can attest that is mostly false. He does create some Todds, though.
Employs them.
But then he gets outvoted, and they have to. You know what? We'll do that after the spoiler wall. We'll make all the D'Elia jokes we need to. To answer your question, Dan, no. Flat out. No. I wanted more from it. What I got was cool, but it's a thinker because, as I was watching it, I'm like, really, all this for this? This is just like an average zombie movie that has slight implications that there may be aliens there, which is far more interesting to me. But since I saw it on Friday, it's now Sunday, I have not stopped thinking about that movie. So it did something right. I'm like, like I was saying earlier, it just opened up a bigger world and stuff I want to explore because they're going somewhere else maybe next time. That looks interesting. The acting was fine. No one stood out.
I know Pug's problem with the movie. He saw Theo Rossi and he thought it said Leo Rossi, and then after that it was all done.
there was certainly a role that would have been perfect for Leo Rossi in this.
Well, that's any role.
Leo Rossi, yes, he's good with everything. I did really love Coyote. She's awesome, and her exploited shirt was awesome. She had a whole thing going on. I loved it. The Safecracker guy, he's the one that's getting the prequel. I thought his screams were funny.
Yeah.
Omari, I forgot the black dude. He was cool, and I was shocked about that. I pretty much liked everybody. Just no one stood out, and no one was shitty. So for me, it's pretty run of the mill.
Oh, I don't know. Winnie Cooper was kind of annoying. Whatever his daughter's name was.
Yeah. The zombies were cool. The gore was cool. I expected a little more. But the opening scene was freaking fantastic.
Damn.
And I want to shout out Zeus, played by Richard Citrone, who is his Ben Affleck stunt double and choreographer for Batman in BVS and stuff. So he's One of my Batman. I love him. He's awesome. Very nice man too. Heard him on a couple podcasts. Haven't had a chance to meet him yet, but had some online interactions. Very nice, very talented, very in shape. Clearly, yeah. I'm just curious about this world, but this movie in particular was just okay. But if it's a gateway, cool. Let's go.
It's a heist picture with zombies. I mean,
and I'm not big on heist movies. I think that's my thing. Oh,
so maybe that is an issue with it. Yeah, I liked it. It was very world building, but it didn't do it at the expense of the movie being entertaining. Like The Mummy, they went with world building with that, making an entertaining movie. And
you're talking about the one with Tom Cruise?
Yes, the Tom Cruise one.
So like the Brendan Fraser one.
I'll talk shit on part 2, but that's it. So it was very world building, and for running 2.5 hours, it didn't feel like 2.5 hours to me.
I can co-sign that. Yeah,
I know because you're used to 4.
That is true. And also, like the movie, like it looks gorgeous. It's a beautiful movie, and like Zack Snyder, what he does with fucking computer generated images and stuff, like they just designed the whole Las Vegas scene.
Yeah, like how they did that was insane,
incredible, and like we're there, people.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Dan?
All right, so I'm a zombie guy. As most long-term listeners know, I do like zombie movies. I know a lot of people are zombied out. I'm one of those rare dudes that is still watching both or all 3 Walking Dead. So
I am too. I'm just behind.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't check out like Pugs.
Yeah, one day I'll get back in.
No, you won't.
You'll get there.
You probably left off at a good time.
No, I didn't.
It's ending, so there's that. So obviously looking forward to this one. I've been hearing about this for a long time. I know it's been in development for a while, so I was pretty excited. Did it meet my expectations? Not at all. So really cool opening, a lot of fun. Obviously zombie outbreak, Vegas. It's fun. It's a good time. Good use of music. If I'm not mistaken, and I don't believe I am, if anybody in the chat wants to correct me, I don't think the Cranberries zombie song has ever been used in a zombie movie. I could be wrong.
It has to have been.
I don't think I've ever heard it.
Not on this scale, though.
I think Warm Bodies had it, but I'm going to double check.
Okay, I could be wrong. Warm Bodies I've only seen once. And
I did start singing along to it at the end. I was like, fuck yeah, I love this song.
Yeah, there were some, good moments like that. I mean, it was cute little things. Batista's fine. I thought the daughter was annoying as hell. Like, fuck you, Dad. I'm gonna go run out into the zombie infested streets. I didn't like her. Dieter, the safe cracker, I thought was really funny.
Scream, right?
Yeah. I had no issues with Tig. Crystalia, honestly, I don't really feel she might actually have made more sense for that role.
That cover up that they did, seamless.
Yeah,
I think it's seamless.
Well, that beginning part I could definitely sense.
I didn't know that was the one that was replaced, and I couldn't tell.
Seamless.
Yeah.
If you don't know and you're not looking for it, I don't think it.
Yeah, that is true, and I knew, so that could be part of it.
I knew that he was in there. I just didn't know which part or if they cut around him. I didn't know that much. I didn't know who replaced him. But yeah, we were talking about there is a half-hour. I forget the exact title. Making of Army.
I think it's Making of Army of the Dead.
Yeah. On Netflix, if you search Army of the Dead, it'll come up right next to the movie. That was the one thing I guess I get why they didn't talk about it, but I think that, they're talking about all the effects and everything they did. I think that is a very, something I'd like to hear more about. I mean, I guess we don't want to talk about Chris D'Elia.
The whole reason why they cut him out, so we don't have to talk about him.
Well, so I had a huge issue with 2.5 hours for this. This is a 90-minute movie. This does not reinvent the zombie subgenre. There's nothing you haven't seen before. I've heard people saying like, well, an actual army like that hasn't been done. And I'm like, did you see Land of the Dead? I mean, that's a pretty big one.
You said it hasn't fuck, I forgot what you just said.
It's been done before.
It's been done.
You said nothing we've seen before. However, if in the future when they tell the full story of those zombies, I think they might be, because I don't want to get into it until spoilers. But like, did you see when they off Zeus's head and some of the other guys? There was like flashing blue. I think that's interesting. But we'll talk.
Yeah, well, they definitely have more, and I'll see whatever other film takes place in this world. I think the next one, who knows, might be better. I'm not open to it. I wouldn't say I hate this movie. It just felt like a 2.5 hour high budget asylum film, which may not be entirely bad.
You're like making me like it more now. I mean, that's like the wrong way to
like, where's the downfall there?
I like some asylum films. This is not like, this was sort of billed as like the most epic zombie movie since World War Z. I think World War Z is a better film.
I'm not going to go that far because I'm not a huge World War Z guy.
Well, I know you're not.
And it's in 3D, so figure that one out. I'd much rather watch this over that. I don't know. Just something about World War Z's. I've never.
Well, different tones too.
Yeah. But yes, it's been compared a lot to that. I think you probably went in with too high of standards. I think if this wouldn't have been Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, and it was just Army of the Dead Netflix premiere, I think I would have gotten a lot more love. The one thing I do find funny is all those people sucking off Zack Snyder a few months ago were back to normal. So there's that.
There's one comment. I don't even know.
I wasn't. My mouth was closed.
I don't even know if I should bring attention to it, but I did chuckle, as fucked up as it is. Well, I'll just say it. One of the fucking comments, I think it was on Letterboxd, and it's like, if my dad made movies like this, I'd kill myself too. I was like, fuck.
Oh.
No, well, there we go. Visited by boys. Go ahead and read it for us, Pugs.
A serious song about a horrifically tragic event. Perfect for a silly zombie movie.
I see. I'm not. Yeah, you can.
Did you confirm about Warm Bodies? Because
no, I haven't. I was doing that now.
Okay.
But what's the backstory on that? I don't know.
Oh, and their bombs and their guns. It's just about war. It's like, yeah. But I was saying, like, that person who wrote that. I hope your dad does make movies like this, and you do decide to take your own life, because that's fucked up.
That is wow.
Yeah,
I did laugh though.
I love you, Zack. But yeah, I guess that was just my thing. Like, it was I couldn't justify the runtime, and I mean everything. Bautista was fine. I actually thought some of the side characters like Dieter and Tig were more interesting. I actually would have probably have been more compelling to follow them. The whole father-daughter thing. I don't think I didn't think they had any chemistry. I wasn't, emotionally moved by any of it. It was just a silly zombie movie.
We were tricked into thinking Bautista was going to be like the main character, and it's like, it's an ensemble cast. You didn't need to put him on the front.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's
the biggest star of the movie.
Yeah. He wasn't even like the best character. Like, I don't know. I didn't really give a shit about him. I was liking everybody else.
I think that was the biggest problem. Okay, thank you, Visited by Boys. It's about the 1993 Warrington bombings.
That's close enough.
I lost my train of thought.
Sing the song.
I don't know. I know it when I hear it, but I don't know it. I mean, see,
Todd's not a Cranberries guy.
I like you as much as you're not a fan of the movies, the Jordan Peele trailers. I'm like, okay, I know that song.
So, but yeah, I mean, even some of the basic. I mean, I didn't think any of the well, number one, and I knew this going in, but this is a very CG heavy film.
But I don't think it was very obvious, other than the tiger.
Worse. The tiger was straight out of Asylum.
Every Rob Zombie, every Zack Snyder movie is a CG fest, so that's like a given. I thought the tiger was Valentine looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
I didn't say that. I just didn't think it.
You remember Zombies, which we gave a good review to.
I didn't watch that. That was all you.
All right, maybe that was me. But Zombies, it looked like something from that, which is fine. I mean, it's just
that's being a little rough. It looked a little better. Oh, also, you can see the making of that on the making of,
which is very interesting.
They build it up from bones and muscle. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, Siegfried and Roy.
I think the city looked great. I mean, I knew it was CG, but there was nothing I could be like, oh, that's CG. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't pick and point stuff out. Like if it was an Asylum movie, you'd see. And again, that's not bashing. We do love Asylum movies.
We do.
Some. There's some not so
most,
much,
dude.
yeah.
Like we love most.
We like more than we do. I'd like. There's the dumb shark movies that are very bad. Wait, you're telling me you don't like Five-Headed Shark Attack?
Was that the one? Oh God, when are we gonna get like? 10?
Oh, I
Ben
did not know
Grimm.
that, Ben.
Zombies was good. Aquarium of the Dead just came out. Supposed to be Zombies 3.
I will lay you
We're gonna
odds,
be watching.
Ben.
Right?
I'll lay you odds. I might like Aquarium of the Dead better because that's not gonna be 2.5 hours.
Well, you know what? I feel like a Zombies show is gonna have to happen now.
Well, there
I
you
haven't
go.
seen any.
You booked it.
I'm down.
basically.
Yeah. Usually I'm a stickler for the 2.5 runtime too, because like even I'm like this is a little excessive, but it's a Snyder movie. I'm not surprised.
I was expecting it to drag. I kept my attention. Like it came out the gate hard, and I was never not bored. I was never bored. I mean, it didn't reinvent the wheel, and yes, the Bautista story arc was the most predictable thing in the movie. But that goes back to not reinventing the wheel. But I had fun on the ride. So at 2.5 hours and me not constantly checking my phone and being sleep deprived, probably, and I was awake the whole time.
Yeah, I was never bored, but I was also never thrilled. So that second part is my issue. But like, I would watch it again, just not soon.
Well, here we go. Someone read Cliff Booth's comment.
Fuck yeah, Cliff Booth, by the way. Fuck yeah. That's awesome.
Awesome, dude.
This movie was so bad, it made me want to smash a hippie's face into a wall phone, then a poster, and then a fireplace mantle, and finally an end table.
I don't care if you killed your wife. You're a cool dude, Cliff. Yeah, man.
Allegedly.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not trying to hate on it too much. I thought the opening, I certainly had a smile on my face when, Liberace and Zombie Elvis and the showgirls killing that dude.
Ben Grimm, the safecracker dude was supposed to be quirky, but just came off obnoxious to me. I don't think he was obnoxious. He's just foreign.
Yeah, I could see how he could come off obnoxious, though.
That scream won me over though, and he won over the black dude. He's all right.
He was, I really liked his character too. I forget the black dude's name, but I should just.
I don't remember. It's like Omari is his real name.
Yeah, Vander. I'm not gonna say
Circle Saw.
Yeah, there we go. Circle Saw.
Yeah.
Did you think there were a lot of particularly great gore highlights? Because I don't even know if this is one I'd be like, well, at least there's this for the gore hound. I mean,
I can't really say it's a highlight, but the gore was there. It's just for me, it wasn't memorable.
Do you think and it's not this good? Do you think the fact that the bar was set so high with Dawn of the Dead, his version, that it was going to be hard to come back to this genre and not top it
without James Gunn? Yes.
Yeah, and it doesn't come anywhere close. I actually was impressed because I'm a big, obviously, Romero Dead fan. And when I saw the Dawn of the Dead remake, at that point, there wasn't a million zombie films, so I was excited. But I was like, it's probably not going to be anywhere near that one. And I was like, holy shit, he did a damn fine job.
So all I heard was Pug say that Zack Snyder sucks and James Gunn, the Trovo OG.
That is not what I said.
That's how I took it.
That's fine.
Anyone could have directed as long as James Gunn wrote it.
Sure.
I'm just well, to be fair, he was just a music video director at that point.
He's a good writer. And he's a good director.
Well, I'm talking about not James Gunn. Snyder was still just coming out and directing videos.
Where does this rank in terms of his movies for you, Pugs? I mean,
not the top.
Yeah,
it's probably somewhere safe in the lower middle.
Oh, what would you put it above? Like anything?
The Owl movie. I forgot that name of that one.
Owl movie.
Yeah,
I watched that with my niece, and it was actually pretty decent.
It's good, but I've seen it the one time. I never revisited.
Guardians of Guaul or something.
I'd put it in the top 3 for me.
What is your top 3 Snyder movies?
Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
And I don't even know the second one. I was just trying to get it up there. Like, oh God, no.
Sometimes
tripping.
maybe this is an example of just sometimes you just have too much money. Like, Dawn of the Dead was, not a small budget film, but yeah,
Visited by voices. It was a D- for me. Dull, atmosphere free, no sense of stakes. That's damn true because of cardboard characters, and every story beat Xerox from Aliens. No, thank you. I think that's played a part of me liking it because it was very fucking Aliens. They even had a Ramirez. I love this movie. Solid A for me. The Cornelius Collection. Right on, Corny.
Yeah. Yep. Lorne hates aliens. That's a very controversial opinion that he has. So,
wow.
So I kind of figured. I watched this. I was like, he's not gonna like it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I could really point to with this one. I've seen people that have absolutely raved about it, and hey, kudos. I'm glad you liked it. I didn't hate it. It just, oh man, that length, totally predictable from beginning to end. You got to give me a little bit more. I don't mind a 2.5 hour runtime, but you gotta give me a little bit more in terms of story, and maybe a twist or two to really justify that. Because this,
I think that will come with the next few movies we get, but I'm with you. It should be here on at the get go.
I'm gonna like Aquarium of the Dead better, I think. So
I can't wait to watch those now. So.
I really think I'm gonna like it better, and I'm not trying to joke about that. I really do think I might like it better.
I know you've sung the Zombies praises forever. I just haven't gotten around to them.
It's exactly what you'd expect it to be. You know what I mean?
Wasn't it? Oh, if I remember, it was a mockbuster off that ABC show Zoo or something.
Zoo, which was the one about like all the animals going, insane. It's not really, that one wasn't really zombie per se, but
right.
What a stupid but still kind of fun show.
Yeah, Ben, we mentioned there is going to be a prequel and a sequel coming, which I'm not. I don't know about the animated sequel. I'm not as hyped for that, but the movie I'm definitely in.
Hey, did work for Train to Busan.
You know what? That is true. That was a really good one. So are we just stealing that gimmick now?
Tarantino, that shit. Still all the good shit. So shall we rate this motherfucker?
Yeah.
One other question I have to pose to you guys, and maybe this is just me digging a little too deep, but I didn't buy the barriers that they had up. It didn't seem like enough to truly keep these, parkour zombies from getting over it. And was it just I don't know, maybe it's just me. It just didn't seem like they had enough of a barrier.
I'll tell you like this. I didn't think about it, so it must have been okay.
I don't think about it at all. I did think it was cool about the dried up zombies and they come back when it rains. I want that movie. But
right. Well, that's like saying, Dan, though, it's like, are those semi trucks going to stop zombies getting in that mall? Don't overthink
it. Well, yeah, when you go into Army of the Dead, don't overthink it. It's probably good advice. So, all right, guys, we'll get it.
Yeah, I'm interested. Dan, what do you got?
We may have some brief spoiler comments at the end, but we'll rate it first. So 0 to 5 stars. I can only give this one a 2. It did kind of let me down, and it was just way too long. But there is some fun to be had. Like I said, the first 15, 20 minutes or so were a lot of fun, and Yeah. How about you, Pugs?
I am gonna give it a 3.5, and the extra half point is because Richard Citrone is a Batman. So, again, it wasn't boring. It wasn't thrilling.
Say that again.
Had a good time. Richard Citrone, Zeus. He plays the new. He's not a new Batman. He's Ben Affleck's stunt double and stuff, like all the Martha rescue scene.
I see.
That's
he already said.
Okay.
He wasn't listening. He's being fucking ass.
I heard speaks. Batman, but I was a little bit confused what you meant.
Yeah.
What say you, Todd?
I'm with Pugs. I'm a 3.5.
All right.
Okay. And without the Batman.
Yeah. I might have liked him more though. I can't not say that because this is a Snyder movie, zombie movie. I fucking love Dawn of the Dead. It should be a home run, but triple hitter, triple base. I don't know fucking baseball, but he did a good, okay job.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's going to be
job.
a long spoiler segment, but I had just a couple brief.
Yeah, and honestly, if you haven't been able to watch this on Netflix already, that's like, it's been a few days.
You're fairly safe because there's really nothing that this does that it's like, oh, now I can't. I mean, I could probably literally spoil it. And
I have questions for you guys after the spoiler wall.
Oh, okay, sweet. All right, guys. So if you're really picky, now would be the time to bow out just for very short spoiler discussion.
And a Crystalia discussion probably too. So. That's
spoiler
that explains
alert,
it all.
He won't be in Army of the Dead 2.
And you know what? That explains Dan's low score now.
No, okay. Dude, his opening joke on his last special is fucking amazing. Now that
okay, let's get over that spoiler wall before we do. All right, here we go. Oh shit, wrong button. My bad.
There we go. So did it annoy you guys at the very end when we had, we thought it was over and then we get this little thing of the dude on the plane? I mean, again, predictable as shit. I've seen this so many times.
Well, I rolled my eyes because I'm like, this dude should have like radiation poisoning. He should look like a fucking.
Oh yeah, you beat me to that.
The vault protected him, I guess, and then he's bit. So it's a whole thing. Todd, you were gonna say something before we started talking.
With the predictable thing, it's hard because it goes back to the whole wrestling logic. This is somebody's first show, so if you know all the rules and you know everything, I mean, it's one of those things like this. If this is like some 10-year-old kid's first zombie movie, it's gonna blow their fucking mind.
Yeah,
not a bunch of old dudes who've seen like every fucking zombie movie there is.
Maybe. I don't know. Would it blow their minds any more than an episode of Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, maybe.
The setting, the scope.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot brighter, and I know Todd likes that shit.
I don't want to watch. Oh my god, it's so fucking gray. Give me some goddamn color.
I like.
Can't tell what the fuck is the dirt and what's the fucking sky. I hate that shit. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
So before we move further, the aliens concept or the possibility that this shit is alien, it comes from aliens because like they're the Four Horsemen, which is fucking cool by the way. Ben Grimm says, plus he's bit, but still not a zombie till hours later.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Fair. So there was two bright lights. God damn it, Todd. Visited by voices. Love is on the dead. Really like Watchmen. I'm not biased at all. Ooh, Watchmen is the shit.
I actually love Watchmen too, so I'm not like I like Zack Snyder.
That was cool. I'd put this above that.
Did you guys see the two bright light alien things that took off right when the movie started?
I did notice that.
I didn't either. So yeah, like explain. I mean, I remember the discussion about aliens when the crash happened, but
so as they're leaving Area 51, the Four Horsemen, which I thought was a cool code name, there's two like UFOs lights, and they just take off as we're going. So I was like, I thought I was seeing things. So actually, thankfully, I'm home, so I can rewind it. So I rewound it a little bit. Otherwise, that would have bugged me the whole time. Like, am I going blind? What the hell? So that was cool. And then like, there's one zombie that gets shot, and he straight up has like a robotic blue eye thing. It looks like, and they don't set on it at all. They just move real quick, and then when they blow off Zeus's head, he's got bright fucking blue blood along with red blood. So I'm thinking, or I'm questioning, like, since we're leaving Area 51, are they aliens? Is that the reason why we're infected? Because George Romero, if y'all remember, when that one fucking thing came down, that's the radiation from the broken satellite is how they became the ghouls and stuff. So I'm like, is that what you're doing? Because that's a lot more interesting than watching these guys go rob a fucking casino. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting, dude. That I really didn't put that together.
I think you're right. Going back to the heist thing, that's probably why I did enjoy it quite a bit.
it's a fun setting. I mean, certainly Las Vegas, but hey, Stone, I saw Dawn and Sean within weeks.
When you read them, you got to read them so our listeners can.
I saw Dawn and Sean within weeks of each other, and then stationed in the United Kingdom. Oddly enough, they make a great double feature. They do. Yeah, no, they do.
You got red on you. I ran it under a cold tap. Ben Grimm, I did see that Richard Me zombie with the robot skin below. Yeah, okay, cool. So okay, it could also be fucking robots. Maybe the government is trying to do that. Like this movie flashes a lot of interesting things. Unfortunately, it wasn't the story we were focusing on. So,
do you think it will be better though? Like, then we're gonna get a 2.5 hour thing. With
I'm just gonna ask. I'm gonna ask like this. This is world building and stuff. But does that mean we have Zack Snyder handling everything, or we're gonna get other people get their take on it?
At Netflix, probably Zack Snyder will do everything, unless it's animated. I don't know who's gonna hold.
He'll fucking draw that shit.
Actually, I take that back. The Dieter or the locksmith guy, his story, he's directing it.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So see that's I think the part that gets exciting for me. Like if we can get other people, a shot in this world, and I don't want to compare it to Star Wars because I don't want to be a Dan, but it's like just giving J.J. Abrams the keys to the kingdom or George Lucas in the original ones, where it got more interesting when other people started touching the material other than like the one who started it. So that's why, I look forward.
If we cannot give it to a Rian Johnson, I'll be happy.
I like Last Jedi, so
you're out of your fucking mind. You're not alone.
I know.
You're allowed to like whatever you like.
Return of the Jedi.
That's right, Dan.
They just did the same damn thing. Well, anyways,
no. You can't even use that argument because they do the same thing in the fucking first of the new movies too.
Yeah,
that's a New Hope all over again.
I'm a Star Trek guy. It's time to let that die for a while too.
Star Trek, I agree. It's just garbage.
I like the animated show.
That doesn't count.
How does it not count? He always gets mad because I like something Star Trek.
That's fine. It's a parody. It's a cartoon.
It's not a parody. It doesn't make fun of Star Trek.
Lower Decks is a comedy from what I've seen.
It is a comedy, but it's not like a parody.
Well, all right.
It's like getting mad at fucking the Endor, the Ewok Adventure, whatever the fuck it's called.
I like the Ewok movies a lot better than I've liked the recent Star Wars movies. So,
Ewoks are adorable.
They're nostalgic, but they're still pretty fucking bad.
I love them. I grew up with that shit, so it was always like, oh, those are Ewoks. Why is everybody crying? And later on, I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of get it, but
yeah. They didn't bother me as a kid now, but I get the hate.
Unwarranted.
They weren't Jawas. I know. Sorry. I fucking feel like Dan. I brought up Star Wars.
It's all right. I love Star
Wars. You brought it on yourself.
But you know what? I get one. Like Dan was every other show with Star Trek or fucking wrestling. So
I'm surprised he hasn't harped on Bautista. But for me though, I want to visit. I want to know about the aliens and the possible government robots.
Yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly open to a follow-up, and I think there's definitely they can go up from here for sure. But
back to my original thing, though, do you think letting other people like tackle the stuff is going to make it, you'll be more open to it that way rather than Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead?
It really depends who. I mean, it really depends who.
I'm watching either way.
But I'm going to go back. This is all Dan mad because they had to remove Crystal.
No, not really. Honestly, I was trying to picture him. I'm trying to picture him in the role. I actually thought Tig was pretty good. She's ironically on the new Star Trek, and she's pretty good on that, despite the quality of the show. So, yeah.
Visited by Voices. Army of the Dead also does this thing that in many movies where the military jumps right to nukes. Not tactical, conventional bombings, nukes. That's the answer.
That's a good point.
That's the American way.
Yeah, it's from Pug's,
USA.
It's the end of Pug's favorite film, too.
Oh, fuck. You're right.
I'll tell you, in terms of nukes, this is not the worst, although it completely, it's like, oh, we can outrun this nuke without having any consequences.
I'm surprised we didn't nuke the Rona.
Last
if we could have. It was brought up.
Last Indiana Jones movie had the most offensive nuke moment where at that point 70-year-old Indiana Jones is in a fucking freezer and the nuke blows the freezer through the that was dumb.
I feel so so much better now that Dan did a totally different Lucas reference.
There you go.
But here we got one.
I shit on everything equally.
The Cornelius collection. It definitely wiped the bad taste of Spiral right out of my mouth. Seeing this in the theater definitely added to the experience for me.
See, that's the one thing I really wanted to do was see this in the theater, but I wasn't able to make it out.
I agree, though. This kicks the shit out of Spiral.
I think I like Spiral better.
Oh, you guys are on drugs.
I like Spiral. Well, I didn't love Spiral. I honestly had a lot of issues with that, but Spiral was probably a small step above this one.
I don't know. They're pretty close for me. I mean, I didn't hate either. I didn't love either. Fuck, that's hard to say.
If Army of the Dead had Samuel L. Jackson, be over.
Now I want to see Bautista in a song. Dan gets mad.
That's even a trap. Fuck yeah.
He just ripped that shit off.
Chop off all those muscles.
He just put some sort of in your skinny jeans as an explosion device that it's gonna blow up.
Dan's excited when the Asylum mockbuster starring John Morrison.
Oh, damn it. Now I want to kind of see. Well, we did, in fairness, of all things, John Morrison having to do a match, I guess we'll call it.
That's right. They did that. I forgot about it already.
A commercial, I guess, for the movie on Raw.
Ben Grimm. I started on Netflix and after 20 minutes stopped it and decided it's theater worthy. Looked great in theaters.
Well, it's certainly...
You're making me want to go see it still in theaters. I watched it again.
Why'd you go love it after that fucking viewing? That'd be funny.
I would see it in theater just because I'm loving going back to the theater. So I'll even see this in a theater. I don't care.
I'm gonna go see two. I'm back to I'm seeing 2 more this week after it.
Okay,
I'm back to 3 a week.
Bautista getting his head blown off. Yay or nay?
Again, it just felt like, man, I have seen this a million times. It didn't move me at all.
I wish it was the daughter. Like, he saved her, but she was still bit, and he's like, I gotta do it.
I certainly wouldn't want to be her headline a movie. I mean, goddamn.
So. Yeah, all I could think of with the fucking bangs was fucking Winnie Cooper from Wonder Years. That's all. And she annoyed me then too. That one annoyed me.
Yeah, I agree.
Kevin could have done better.
With Cornelius collection in the chat, Pugs, he hates bangs too. Pugs has got a irrational hate of bangs.
It's not irrational. That shit is stupid. Visited by Voices. Spiral is a much better film. Strongly disagree.
Not much better, but it is better in my opinion.
I'll tell you a bang story and hope my wife isn't watching.
Uh-oh.
No, well, she had, didn't have bangs and when this is before we were married, so I couldn't freak out. Then all of a sudden she showed up with bangs. I was just like, what's up? It threw me off.
That's when you asked, what happened?
I got used to them. I'll just go with that.
Okay.
Hopefully Todd's going to get smacked now.
He's close enough to do it now. Okay. Ben saw New Order and Profile in theaters this week. And we're going to be talking Profile probably tomorrow or Tuesday.
Nice. So, what was New Order again?
I don't remember. It's one I'm eyeing to see maybe on.
It's Hulk Hogan and the Outsiders. What do you mean?
For life.
I guess I can pull this spoiler thing off at this point.
Do we have any we all didn't like the black dude at the end not being affected by radiation, and it took him a long fucking time to get on that ship. He drove from wherever the fuck he was. There's got to be an explanation when they decide to make the other movies.
Sure. I just everything, even at the end, I was like, oh, okay, this is going to happen. Then this is going to, I just give me something a little different.
We started touching on it a couple times, but we never really finished the thought. I know Dan started. Well, hold on. Yeah.
Ben Grimm, New Order is from Mexico.
All right, I know what it is. Yeah.
Revolution against the 1%er movies. Oh, that one was fucking awesome. Shit. Okay. I want to see that.
Chris D'Elia, okay, you were starting to say you think the casting that replaced was better. I agree with that.
Yeah, I that was irrelevant. That didn't hurt this movie. Certainly.
He's one that can get, and I like. Can I say I like Crystal? I like his work, but he's one that can get a little too over the top and caricature and a little too animated. I think is the right word.
Yeah.
So I think her Tig being in it brings it a little bit more.
His one joke, I don't know if he wrote it or, but it was on the Whitney show. When he was married to Whitney on the show, or I think married. There was one joke where this alcoholic was talking shit to Whitney, and he steps in and he's like, I will push you down those 12 steps if you keep talking that shit. I lost my shit. I'm like, that's a fucking gold star joke right there.
Unfortunately, her show didn't last, but the one she wrote did,
yes,
so.
Dude,
the good one. I like them both. This
is how much fuck you money she has. She bought her house, and she bought the two neighbors' house so she can live closer, or farther away from people. I'm like,
the ultimate recluse. I could probably do that if I hit the lottery. I'd just be like,
please, you were crying this whole fucking quarantine, Dan. You ain't right. You're not doing that.
But I can choose to see people. I don't have to see them. So this
you could have did that anyway. Ben Grimm, D'Elia basically playing himself in You Season 2, even trying to go for an underage girl. There you go.
He was, God, I don't even remember. He was busted directly, right? Like he just got busted. Wasn't it Twitter?
They sent a screenshot, but he got caught because he didn't know you can save Snapchat videos. And there's a video of him finding that out, and he's just like, oh, shit. You can see the look of uncomfort on his face. It's pretty funny.
No Hollywood career for me.
Well, I like the two shows he was in. There was that other one that they ended up being live at the end where they're in the bar with Ron Funches.
I can't remember.
Single.
No, it was like mingle? No, it was like it started with a U. Now I'm going to look up Crystalia's
dating.
No, it was something.
Undateable.
Maybe.
Yeah. We had this conversation not that long ago. And
I think we had this when we found out he was being replaced because of this stuff.
While he looks that up in general, because you brought up earlier about Bautista, I think he's a perfectly acceptable action star. I don't think he's going to be the next Rock.
Undateable.
No. Okay.
Well, there's not going to be don't disrespect President Rock yet.
That wouldn't surprise me one bit at this point.
I'd feel much more comfortable voting for him than most of the politicians. That's all of them. I don't give a shit. They all fucking suck ass. So.
I'm for the Rock. I'd vote for him.
If he doesn't during a debate go, it doesn't matter what your name
what your point is.
I will not vote for him if he doesn't do that.
Okay, I thought you could say if he doesn't. I was like, you're insane. Dan just wants Jesse the Body to be his VP.
Game.
Oh, there you
go. Anything else about Army of the Dead?
The movie?
Underwhelming for me. That's it. It's not. I mean, it's not a horrible film. It's just
it's not a waste of time. But you don't have to go out of your way to watch it super fast.
Although, if you're tired of zombie stuff, which a lot of people are, I don't think this is gonna.
I do want a movie about those fucking dried zombies though, and then all of a sudden maybe like a dam breaks, and then they get reinvigorated and start fucking everybody up. That'd be kind of cool. The Cornelius Collection. Bautista should try wrestling. He's built like a wrestler.
It's Bautista. Come on. Get her right. I know Dan gets mad every time he sees the credits. He's like, his name spelled wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shit. We went a little longer on this one than I expected.
Yeah. Well,
the second one, they're heading to Mexico. Let's see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. So, guys, be sure to like, share, subscribe on YouTube, and smash that notification bell. That way you'll know when we go live. Also, fleshwoundfeatures.com, where you can have access to everything, but also our Teespring store, which there will be new merch coming shortly. And you can get the ILF shirt that Steak Sauce was kind to represent on his Off the Grill podcast. So shout out to you, Steak.
Fuck yeah, Steak Sauce.
You're looking out.
Also, Horror Cartel Flesh Wound Radio group on Facebook. Get on the Flesh Wound Radio Twitter and all that good stuff. And yeah, I think I covered it all.
Yeah,
All right.
Bugs.
Well, with that being said, follow us across all the social media bullshits. We're on every last one of them. Please and thank you. So, gentlemen, let's get the fuck out of here. Dan?
Guten Tag and good night.
I'll shine.
I'll see you in Disneyland.